All right. Tuesday edition, Hot Ice,
Mhm.
September 20th.
20th.
My head's spinning. We had, as you could probably see, I'm in my house, which, if I'm lucky, will not rise to water in my kitchen table where I'm sitting because the basement's already fucked. But regardless, the hit parade is hot. The Mets are in the playoffs. And the only thing that might get it better is if one of the guys in my lineup could get me that elusive Brother Rice hat because that thing's popping right now. That orange. I had one orange hat in my rotation. I had the Marlins when they first debuted that. I was trying to get one of all. I think I'm at 27 teams because I will never buy a Yankee hat, never buy a Philly hat, never buy a Brave hat. So I think I'm at like 27 teams. So I had, I added the Marlins. I had their throwback hat, but the orange hat could get back in the rotation. That's that hat.
I know a guy. I know a guy who could send you one.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's a nice hat.
It works. It works. I also think that was a good move if you wore that at Illinois tryouts. It's like, you know what? The guy he looks good in the orange. Like let's give him another shot. Keep him going. Bring him back. Let's see a slider. Give me a curve. Give me a fastball. What do we got? All right. Either way, hit parade the other day. Thursday was a wash again. We don't give losers. We give winners or washes. That's what we do. We give winners or washes. 21.95 units. It's being priced right now. They probably, I don't know what they're doing. They're probably locking it up from the people. I don't know what, we just, like we said, Westy can't be happy when we grind out 3 more winners.
Well, there's a reason Altuve sat last. That people were very surprised. So was I. I don't know if the fix is in once you get to 21.95 units.
Yes,
Altuve, there's a lot of pressure. Altuve can't play anymore, man.
And then if in a perfect setup, the Astros clinched last night. I think they'll be sitting some guys today. I told Carl, let's pull Altuve off. We don't want 2 washes in a row. I'm going to throw in a guy their team doesn't lose. I just don't yell about it like Crazy Frank. We'll get to him. But Acuna's been on a tear. I'm putting Acuna in the hit parade. Ev, I have a feeling I know one of the 3 guys you're going to go to. Who are you putting in?
I could make this suspenseful. I could give a little dipsy do. I'm going to go with a guy named Aaron Judge. Next question.
Okay. What about
that now is in the Triple Crown race. Now
Crazy.
He's in the Triple. He's been so hot as of late. Is I believe 1 point off on the batting average for the Triple Crown. Unreal.
I feel like it's only fitting to throw Paul Goldschmidt in as the 3rd guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then here's the other thing I'm going to start doing too. Since we have units to play with, it would be one of those things. If you're hot, you stay. Home run. It could be one of the guys in the hit parade. It could be somebody else. Ev, since you're on the toggle screen to the right first, you go first. If your guy hits a home run, we keep you again for Thursday, and otherwise we move to Carl, move right down the line. But let's put a little home run pot in the side here and see what we could stack up there. We might as well.
I like it
because half the time,
why not?
Half the time we've been putting guys in the hit parade, they hit a home run anyway. So why not? Ev, tweet that out. I don't want to put you on the spot. I know we didn't. I threw it at you right away. But if you had to guess, who are you looking at to hit a home run today?
I mean, maybe the guy that hits the most home runs might hit the most home runs in the history of baseball without steroids.
Stupid question. Stupid question. Ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Let's get a price. Oh, God, you guys are playing the Pirates?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
At home.
What's that, plus 200? Plus 180?
It's not out there.
Probably, I guess, between 185 and 210. Probably 190, 200.
All right, it's not out there yet, but we'll get it. I mean, that's another one. They got to guard that. Judge is definitely hitting a home run. He's going to look like Stephon Diggs last night.
And we got
not one, not 2.
And we got Nestor going tonight, and the Pirates, I believe, have not announced who's pitching for them yet.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, of all their, Cy Young candidates, I'm sure they're having a hard time figuring out who to roll out there against the Yankees. Guys are fake. It's like Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, my yum.
I don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. So, all right, listen, the Mets clinch. Frank's a terrorist. Walks in yesterday after 2 wins. It's chaos. We're not going to make it about the Mets. The Mets did handle it correctly. They definitely handled it correctly. A couple of glasses of champagne. They put on the stupid T-shirts that they had to. Whatever. the Dodgers clinch home field and the Astros clinch. The Astros clinched just the division. They haven't clinched over the Yankees yet.
I believe division.
Just the division, but I think they'll probably be safe against the Yankees. My question to you, Carl, talking to Arrieta and kind of what we've packed on here. Do teams care about like franchise record of wins? Like the Astros have a boatload of wins, Dodgers have a boatload of wins, or do we think that they're gonna start pulling guys and relax here in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think the culture, I think there might be like one guy or two or a couple guys in a clubhouse that'll be like, yo, this would be so sick that like they could be buzzing the guys that are taking a piss like, yo, we're today. But I think by and large, the group they're just so like Major League Baseball players are just so into like the next pitch and nothing more. And they're just creatures of failure. And so when you get to this point in the season, you've been grinding so hard. The Astros today, like take the deepest breath. Altuve's not in the lineup. A lot of these guys aren't going to be playing down the stretch. Just get them ready for October, get them healthy. But I think it's individual for each player because each player is going to be a little bit different. Some guys are going to want to play every day. Like I'd be stunned if Bregman going into the playoffs was like, dude, no, he's like, I want 5 plate appearances every single night. I don't give a shit. But then there's other guys. Like I would rest Jeremy Payne. Well, I mean, you go down the line. I mean, I don't want to name every single Astro, but like each guy would probably have its own little type of game plan. I don't know though how this works with momentum, man. I always feel like the teams that go into October and have to like it's the last week of the season, they put up a little fight and then they just have like now it's already go time. It's so hard to tap into that mindset as a player where it's like, okay, now today we really want to win. Like you either feel that way every day or you don't feel that anyway.
Or to turn it on and turn it off too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. I will say this: if the Astros had a day game today, that's a fucking auto. Like I don't think there's much to do in Tampa Bay. Maybe they hit some old homes and hit a couple of glasses of milk and partied last night. Whatever. Tampa Bay doesn't really have the nightlife, but a day game after clinching, you gotta think is like a fade. With all that said, my best bet is the Rays minus 140, and the Astros have been fantastic to me, but the Rays are fighting for their life. McClanahan on the hill. I'll go with the Rays minus 140. So that kind of ties into it. Ev, you kind of always have been looking at the board, especially now with football kind of out of the way. Like, what was a runner-up today? What did you look at? What kind of props? Like, what caught your eye aside from your dog of the day? And then you can give us the dog of the day. Well,
actually, Rico, I'll tell you what. I got a bonus pick today, so I got 3. And I believe they're all plus money. I like the board today a lot, so I'll give the lock of the day first. I'll give the 2 dogs at the same time. So, which you want best bet right now, correct? We're talking about basements. We're doing Rodney Dangerfield impressions. We're giving home run picks on the spot. This is all over the fucking place.
This is by far the most all over hot ice. But we got to respect the fact that we're here today. That we showed up. It's like every Tuesday, Thursday, we're just out here grinding, finding winners. But I will back up Rico on this. Big F. Let's just keep it the best bet right now.
All right, so we're going with the Reds today, boys. We're going with the Reds plus 100. Nick Lodolo, or I believe that's how you pronounce his name, has been a winning machine for the Reds, especially the second half of the season. They're playing the Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox are in bad shape. I mean, they got Bello on the mound, who actually I was fading him quite a bit. His first few starts, he was bad. He's been better recently, but really like Lodolo on the mound for the Reds, especially at home. The guy just wins. So give me the Reds here, money line.
I like that. 100. What's the guy's name?
Nick Lodolo.
Nick Lodolo.
Yeah. All right. Quick, another fucking side tangent. Vinny Pasquantino will be in the hit parade by the end of the season. That is a non-negotiable. I don't care. Jack McCarthy is probably shitting his pants. Who is this guy? I don't care. Vinny Pasquantino, all-time name. He will be in the hit parade at some point this season. We are a Royals podcast. Carl, best bet.
I want to sell Vinny Pasquantino merch with like a fake Italian restaurant, like Pasquantino's or something, and then on the back have the menu with like the fake daily specials, and they're all named after like baseball players.
Honestly, Carl, I think what you do is you make like a fake like the Citriali storefront and just put Pasquantino's instead. I think that's the play.
You talk about casting a wide net for merch. That is a wide net.
Getting everybody in on that one.
The three of us idiots showing up on next Tuesday when they come in wearing our shirts, like, look at how cool it is. And like everybody's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, meantime, you got a couple guys walking around Jersey being like, you heard about this Basketino's place?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. Best bet. I'm going back to the well. Dylan Cease is pitching today in a must-win game against the Guardians, and his strikeout total is 5.5. The Guardians don't really strike out that much, but at the same time, Dylan Cease has the filthiest stuff. To see him at like 6 strikeouts or more pays out. It is juicy. It's minus like 143. Probably going to climb now that I announce this, but minus 143. Go jump on that. Over 5.5 strikeouts against the Guardians in a must-win game.
Carl, I'm going to go head-to-head with you. I got Cleveland plus 148 as my dog.
That's a good dog, though. That is a very good dog.
Even with Cease on the bump, I think the White Sox have faded now, like 6 or 7 back in the wild card, 4 back in the division. Mm-hmm. I think the air is coming out of the tires. I'll take Cleveland.
And Cleveland can really just, if they win today against Dylan Cease, and then the White Sox have to go play 4 games in a row without Dylan Cease pitching for him. Like the Guardians know today.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's round it back out. Ev, dog of the day. Well, you got two, so dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the boys a double dip today. So the first one, we're gonna go with the Phillies. There's a small dog plus 105. Gibson the man. I think they get the job done here. Also, this really had nothing to do with the pick, but it just came to my head right now. Classic fashion for Frank to come in yesterday, start roasting Smitty about them losing the Braves, then complain the next day when they win Toronto. So we're going with the Phillies. Now, a spot where, Rico, you had mentioned earlier about Clinching having the day game, who did clinch home field and does have a day game in a doubleheader, is the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I'm giving the boys a little sprinkle. Diamondbacks at plus 200, 3 o'clock start. Give them why not? Why not?
I had them last night.
You want to talk about they clinched home field. The only thing they have to play for is momentum. Like they have absolutely nothing to play for. I'm sure the boys would have had some drinks last night. They got another game later at night at 10. We'll sprinkle the Diamondbacks plus 200. This is also a Diamondback show.
Minus, we'll get Westy on this line. Minus 600 on some guys wearing sunglasses in the dugout like this, maybe. Maybe a little nodding off in that dugout.
Little 6-inning snooze. I don't know.
Maybe a little nodding off in that dugout. Carl, who do you got for a dog?
I'm following the same kind of thought process here. I'm taking the Brewers plus 100. Aaron Ashby's back from the IL after having some shoulder inflammation. He's 2-10 on the season with a 4.6 ERA. He's been up and down as a rookie. However, Aaron Ashby's got about 115 strikeouts in 87 innings, and even so, he's pitching to an ERA adjusted of like ERA plus of like 87, meaning like he's very dominant but has underperformed relative to what the expectation is. So I think anytime you see Ashby on the mound, there's value. I don't know, coming back from an IL necessarily, I love it, but all this shit we're talking about. I mean, these Mets guys have been just grinding. They get back to the playoffs first time since 2016. They're still in the middle of their hunt, but like that almost throws it off where some guys stayed in last night. A couple went out. Brewers plus 100.
Yeah, I also think that perfect scenario, the Mets get it back in the playoffs. Feel good story. They handle it the right way. Like, all right, good. This team's built for the division. The division is a tall task. We lose today. Also, who do the Braves happen to get to play today?
I mean, Nationals?
Patrick Corbin.
Yeah.
So, like, perfect scenario where we're up a game and now it gets back to 0. Maybe you drop a nut. Like, I could just see the momentum swinging back for the Mets. That's not being negative. That's just kind of how things are going.
And the Brewers are still very much they're probably the only wild card. They're the only team outside the wild card in either leagues that has any sort of a chance to pay attention to.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll get the hit parade priced. We got a lot of spicy dogs, a lot of best bets. We're going head to head. Plus 21.95 on the hit parade. We're going to get over MJ hopefully today. Final thoughts. How perfect would it be if Aaron Judge breaks the record Friday night or ties the record or breaks the record Friday night on Apple TV with a bunch of fucking Goombas throwing the remote through the TV that they can't get Apple TV?
It would be the most MLB thing of all time. That's what it would be.
It's unreal.
No one hates Major League Baseball more than Major League Baseball.
It's really crazy.
And they're trying. Rob's trying.
He's definitely trying.
I forgot Carl's a Rob guy. I forgot he's a Manfred guy.
It's because I think once the history books, are in a position to be written, I think the story about Rob Manfred will be told much differently.
Yeah, listen, he gets me in the.
I was gonna say this. You think on MLB Network say Friday comes,
They'll
he's
cut
at
it.
six.
Yes.
He's at 60. Every single at bat should be televised.
Yeah,
That's a no-brainer.
They used to do it with McGuire. I believe they will. I don't know how the rights work. I hope that they.
Yeah,
they
ESPN
will.
used to have cut-in rights where ESPN could go to whatever game they want. And then once they got rid of baseball tonight, they slashed their media package from MLB. So ESPN doesn't own nearly the media rights that they used to.
That's a.
I'm hoping to be at least MLB Network should have it out.
MLB Network should do cut-ins for sure. For sure. All right, so bet the hit parade. Also, Carl, if Manfred gets me in that Celebrity All-Star game, I'm a Manfred guy too. I could be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I made a promise to you, Rico. I didn't forget about
bold.
it. I keep a list of promises, and you're on it. It's a short list, but these are promises made. Promises will not be broken.
Appreciate it. Promises made. Promises delivered. Hit parade will deliver. That is hot ice. Go bet baseball. We're hot. Ride us. Barstool Sportsbook. See you on Thursday.